All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hey guys, it's Thunder Rosa and welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble episode 209, the rematch, reviewing the July 30th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, of course, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of nearly 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan, and his amazing Yankee fitted and not too shabby wrestling t-shirt collection, Jimmy Macram. How are you feeling?
I'm right. I hope you're all doing well. I was going to say good. The lie would not come out of my face. I hope you all are doing well.
The lie would not come out your face. That is nice to say. But yes, we are back with you to talk all about AEW Dynamite with AEWramble. We're here every Thursday, usually a little bit earlier in the day, usually at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. We're starting a little bit later today because I've had a busy schedule with SummerSlam week upon us. But I appreciate all of y'all who are joining us live. If you're watching us on demand, we appreciate y'all as well. Either way, show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand and let us know what you thought of last night's AEW Dynamite. But if you're with us live, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible on screen here. But if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen and we talk about it here on the channel, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. We got Zach in the chat who says, happy National Chili Dog Day, everyone. Happy every day is a food day, it seems like, with Zach, but we appreciate you, Zach, for informing us. We got Gody Loke who says, what it do at THH, smash that like and let's go. Wow, why did they do MJF so bad? We all know that watch was real. Apparently it wasn't. Apparently the watch was
I just want to make sure I'm getting this right before we talk about it. Am I misremembering that how the segment actually went? Didn't Shelton ask for the watch?
Yes.
Okay.
So you know what I came up with a theory that MJF is one of our favorite TV characters of all time. He's Ari Gold. You remember Ari Gold with the painting that he had in his office?
Oh, it's
the
fake.
painting that was.
Yeah.
He's Ari Gold. He wanted to make watch, knowing that someone, one of his clients, or one of the people he was trying to convince to be in the Hurt Syndicate, would eventually want it, so he could just give it away. That's why he had no issue giving it away. We got also in the chat here, we got Davion who says, hello, my name is Davion Washington. I'm conducting my business.
Hey, everybody has enough night.
You know, Jordan's not going to score 50 every time, and Christian's not going to have a great promo every time.
Ooh, yeah.
Really bad. King Potate, he says, holy shit, I made it to the beginning just on time, and he says, Jimmy, bro, we gotta talk about Dynamite. He says, Mark Briscoe got some Epstein-level blackmail on TK, bro. How the fuck is this guy in every main event of Dynamite?
I know we all love Mark Briscoe. Well, most of us, except King Potato, apparently. But
barely just King Potato does it.
I'm kind of with you, brother. Like, all right, enough of this.
Hey, I am glad to be ahead of the curve. I saw the writing on the wall. The Mark Briscoe push was happening. I just saw it before everybody else. I saw it. I don't get it. I'm here for it.
Why?
I'm here.
What?
People actually want that. Romeo of all people.
I know.
That's his prediction.
I know. It's the same thing. Why? It's fucking lifetime achievement ass award. Like, what is this? Enough. Can't just watch the stars.
You're the only person who doesn't want Mark Briscoe or Sami Zayn to get a push.
You get a push. Top guy on fucking Collision or fucking what if the Bill Okada has all three of them? Do that. Main event? Dynamite 2 weeks in a row? What are we doing?
Yes. This is a vehicle to elevate Mark Briscoe where he should have been. Adam says WWE about to lose half their fan base with this stupid Trump stuff he is doing. I don't think so. You don't know the WWE fan base politics.
What is he doing? And first of all, who's he and what is he doing?
I think he's talking about Triple H. He's going to some executive meeting for Trump at the White House.
You know, fucking that fan base was like a Black Lives Matter rally. Nobody's leaving because he's going to some fucking Trump event. Stop it. Not gonna do though.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans don't have any fucking happiness. I'm gonna start early. Happiness.
We got Bar Driver Finisher who says Athena forever. We also got the other Mikey who says, hey, yo, Jimmy, they did a video package explaining why they're having the rematch for you. The video package was really good to start the show.
Yeah, it was very well done. It's horseshit. It was very well done. Good job.
We got Annika in the chat. Good to see you. She says, bruh, it does not feel like SummerSlam weekend. Does it feel like SummerSlam weekend to you?
No. It just doesn't. WWE is, you hear that?
What? Is it on my end? Oh, yeah, it's probably
it went away.
Oh. Okay.
No, WWE has a hard time, these days at least, making events feel special. It's probably because there's so fucking many of them.
I've done 2 predictions or previews for SummerSlam, one for here and one for Fightful today. And I was just like, there's a lot of matches on each night of the card that is basically victims of the oversaturation. And because they only had 3 episodes of television to build up most of the stuff. And like, I think the biggest ones is Tiffany versus Jade and Punk versus Gunther.
Yeah. I mean, Punk and Gunther have had 2 promo exchanges, both of which felt like 5 weeks out. And then this last one felt like 3 weeks out. Except it's not that long out. It's tomorrow. All right. What are you doing? All right. Whatever. I assume it doesn't end at SummerSlam. That feud.
I would say so. I would say they're going to do at least one more match between the 2 of them. Who's your prediction for that match?
Gunther via shenanigans. I just don't do Seth. I don't ask for much. No Seth. Please and thank you.
I'm actually going for your boy.
Punk to win the belt? Don't get me excited. No, I'm excited.
Only because they rarely ever put Gunther against top guys, and when they do, they never let him win. So I'm gonna need to see it to believe it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see it to believe it. So I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I think that Punk wins.
Sold, and I don't need anything else. Sold. I'm done.
He's like, you had me at Punk wins.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Please.
I Make Beats says, how's it going, folks? Good to see you. I Make Beats. Yeah, if you didn't see my SummerSlam preview prediction, my biggest prediction is that Seth is not injured and he's cashing in on Cena and Cody. And they're not gonna complete the cash in though. They're gonna use it as a vehicle to turn Cena back babyface. He makes the save for Cody.
I don't hate that.
We got King Potato says Shelton basically said you ugly anyway to MJF. He pretty much did. And King Potato, we don't believe you saying I love Mark Briscoe for the record, but enough is enough. Laugh my man, I don't believe you after the last 2 weeks, man.
What are you talking about? I love Mark Briscoe too, but enough is enough.
I don't believe you. I definitely don't believe you, sir. The week of Jay Briscoe's passing, you were like, isn't this a little much? Like dude, I don't believe you.
Because whenever anything bad happens, all of a sudden everybody's got like these Listen, not to be sad. There's enough to say he's a great guy. Like with Owen, the people just don't say he's a great guy. They never say he's a great guy. What do they say? He was a great father, a great husband, a great teammate, a great neighbor. He was great to pets. Great guy is what you're looking for. Great guy. It's enough. What the fuck are you going through this whole thing for? Just get to it. Please.
So I'm guessing you weren't too enthused with 3 tributes to Hulk Hogan.
I wasn't enthused with 1 tribute. That has nothing to do with his fucking his nigger rants. It's just it's not why I watch TV. Listen, if it was me, and I mean if it was me running a company, we're just moving past that shit. It'd be like a quick flash on the screen and we move on. But if I were Triple H, I'd do a video package, and then I maybe a 10-bell salute with no wrestlers out there though, just 10-bell salute, and then you move on. We're done. For what? We did it.
I thought it was hilarious that Triple H wasn't out there for Raw, and he just played a recording of what he said on SmackDown. That was outrageous. But hilarious, all at the same time.
Listen, motherfucker can only pretend for so long. He's not a Hulk Hogan fan. I'm surprised he kept it up for this long. By the way, is there a wrestler in the business who's disliked by this many like people of different eras, different ages, different politics. It's like fucking Macho and Andre didn't love him, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels and fucking Steve Austin, The Undertaker.
You got me, brother. You got me, brother.
Bret Hart. None of these people can agree on anything except that. Except
Austin. The only like main stars that love him is Rock and Flair.
Jarring. Not surprising. But to be fair, if you actually Flair tomorrow, you might hit his guts.
This is true. He's jealous of him. He admitted that. He's jealous of him, but he doesn't hate him.
I think he started crying. But to be fair, Flair cries about everything. Good Lord, he's the most emotional man of all time.
It's raining. Huh? It's raining.
Oh, Rick. The fuck?
We got a super chat donation from our good brother Chilling with Chase. Oh, look at that. Did I call for the rain or something?
You did.
Chilling with Chase says, when it comes crashing down. Chilling with Chase says, I know it's ramble, but would love to hear Jimmy's quick SummerSlam predictions. So you gave us Punk and Gunther. You said Gunther. Jade and Tiffany.
Jade should squash her, frankly, but we're gonna have a long match for some reason.
A long match where Jade only takes like 20% of it.
8%. A fucking 10-minute match with Chelsea Green. What are we doing?
where we saw none of Chelsea's heat. All the
we gotta
heat
prove
in the commercial.
We gotta prove these losers that she can wrestle. No, we don't. Just have her squash this bitch. Let's move on. Lord.
Exactly.
We're making money here.
Exactly. Lyra versus Becky.
Lyra. I assume this is the last match of the feud.
Naomi, Rhea, and Io.
Also, Rocket Triple H. Oh, I'm so happy. It makes you so happy. Naomi. Naomi should win this.
Then Dominic and AJ.
Dom. You should be getting pushed, partner.
Solo and Jacob.
Jacob.
Cody Cena.
Cena does not walk out with the belt. It could be Cody or it could be fucking freaking, but I'm not sure which. No, let's go with. I like your pick. Let's go with Seth. Fucking freaking. Let's go with Seth. Let's go with Seth. Just to get. Ask you something. Let me ask you guys something. I don't want to be rude because he may actually be hurt, though this is irrelevant whether he's hurt or not. Can you tell me if anybody on the planet watched Braun Breaker do a Roman Reigns Scott Steiner impression, then watched Bronson Reed take a nigga's shoes, and then thought, you know what this needs? This needs a Seth Rollins promo. That's what this needs.
I'm a visionary. I'm a revolutionary.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Shield has had their time. It's one of Vince's last fantastic idea. Time for them to take a step down the card. All of them. So maybe Roman, but that's because he hasn't put in the extra work in the last 4 or 5 years. Sorry.
He's not overexposed, that's for sure.
Yeah. Good Lord. Sorry. Everybody's got to take a step down. No disrespect.
So I think that's most of night 2. So night 1, there's Roman Jay versus the Braun Stars.
Oh, come on now. We know Roman's winning this match. He shouldn't. Breaker should go over. It's over.
It's the Braun Stars. They're not gonna win. Bronson Reed is there to take the fall.
Yeah, he certainly is.
After he took the nigga's shoes, after he deboed him, yeah, he's definitely.
I can't believe how excited I got. That was one of the best fucking segments ever.
I was like, I literally had a whole debate with Romeo who was saying that this week's Raw was worse than last week. I was like, last week didn't have a nigga getting deboed, so this week wins. So then there's you did those two. Then there's Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
I was gonna say who cares, but Drew's here to take a loss. Sorry.
I'm actually going with the heels because there's way too many baby faces winning on night 1.
Drew McIntyre. Sorry. Maybe you should apologize to CM Punk for all he's done for you. Because since it hasn't been great, has it? No disrespect. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a pattern. Yeah.
Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss.
I could see them fucking putting this belt on fucking Charlotte. I really don't need that in my life. You know what? After you talk about the baby faces winning, I'm gonna have Charlotte and Alexa win. You know, if they're technically baby faces.
They are technically baby faces.
Charlotte's never baby face to me.
I think I'm missing.
Should
like
apologize.
one.
I wish I might.
I think I'm missing like one matchup. I forget what. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross.
Who cares? Sorry. Sammy, because they haven't reached on Cross. You know, he's very polite about it.
And Romeo asks, Jimmy got his SummerSlam tickets yet?
Let me tell you something. I'm not paying $1,000 to watch it from the parking lot. No. Good for them. Make your money, I suppose, but leave me out of it. Absolutely not. Good Lord. Egregious ass tickets.
And do you think SummerSlam should be 2 nights?
Well, if we do 5 fucking matches, yes. It should probably be 3 nights.
It's 6. It's 6 matches each. It's a big show, sir. We're doing 6.
All right. Right. That TLC match. That's on SummerSlam, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't ask you about that one. The TLC match. Who you got?
I don't know why it's gonna win, but anybody except them would be acceptable.
I'm going with Fraxium.
Ooh, I'd be here for it. Let's go. Please and thank you.
We got our boy Nicky Boy, who's been a member of the channel for 25 months, 2 years. Thank you so much, sir, for all the support. He says, "Sup, my good brothers, checking in during my break." And you got Jimmy's SummerSlam predictions for your break there. There you go. Appreciate you, sir. We also got here, we got King Potato says, we all think CM Punk should win the Rumble. Michael PSA's nah, Jey Uso. It wasn't Michael PSA. Stop giving him credit for something that wasn't his. It was Ed Koski. Ed Koski was the one who said Jey Uso, and then Michael PSA's was like, you know what? I can't get over it. Ed said Jey Uso, and I think we should go with that. He's second. He was the second one. It was Ed Koski who was the first one. But
who's Ed Koski?
I mean, he's the senior lead writer for the WWE creative team. WWE Unreal is entirely entertaining. It is very entertaining. Is it all real? Absolutely not. But I think if you watch it from a worked standpoint of, you know, that 90% of the things going on is probably worked to be entertaining, it's fascinating to watch. I think like the realest moment that was one of the best parts of the whole series is seeing Triple H direct the whole Cena heel turn. That's one of the best pieces of content WWE has produced this whole year.
I didn't see any of that. I didn't plan on watching it.
It's actually pretty good. Like I said, if you watch it from a worked concept, Triple H explaining that he called Travis Scott about John Cena's heel turn before he called John Cena. It's hilarious. This show is hilarious. It's
the disdain this company has for its fans. No reason to say that. There's no reason to say that at all. Besides to make people upset. What the fuck? You have an unbelievable lie. An asshole.
Hearing The Rock like basically jack himself off as he's explaining to Triple H. He's like, you know what? One thing I would add to the heel turn. You know, I look at Cena and I'm just like, and then like he's a Shakespearean actor.
Oh my God. Good Lord. These favorite people. I'm fucking talking about nothing.
Oh man, this is a crazy statement, but a very truthful one from Romeo. He says, I don't even think Benoit is as hated. It's close. It's close.
Yeah. I think people understand deep deep down inside, ironically, that something wrong with somebody if they kill 3 people.
Yeah.
Less on Hulk Hogan. Just an asshole.
He says, SP3, did they do another tribute on your favorite show, Evolve, last night? No, Evolve was filmed 3 months ago, so no, they did not do a tribute for Hulk Hogan there, thankfully. We also got here the other Mikey show says they added that man to the stable to eat the pin in this specific match. Yeah, Bronson Reed, talk about that. Bronson Reed, yeah, he's kind of this there for the.
Yeah. You can do it wrong in my book. You take motherfucking shoes. You on my Mount Rushmore.
I agree with Romeo as well here. I think Ed Koskey is honestly he was my favorite person from those War Room scenes, Romeo, on WWE Unreal. Him suggesting that Chelsea Green should win the Royal Rumble because number 28 and 29 eliminate each other, and that she's number 30 and comes out and she says, "I'm the winner." I was like, that's
Holy
creative.
Shit.
That's creative.
That sounds hilarious. It would have caused a riot on Twitter.
Yeah.
What I think we're gonna respect and blah 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 blah.
What do we think? What do I think we're gonna do? I don't know if we're gonna do a standalone video for Unreal. Maybe me and Romeo, because me and Romeo are the only people from the crew that have watched it yet. Maybe we can connect on doing that. But I know we're gonna talk about it on the flagship podcast on Saturday, so you can join us for that, where we'll talk more in depth about WWE Unreal. And Romeo says, gotta watch it just to see how frustrated they get with Jey Uso. Yeah, they threw Jey Uso under the bus. They was like,
what?
He was like, well, basically, at first it's Jey Uso. They air him talking about how winded he gets during his entrance, and then it's basically in the creative meeting, they basically just clown him and be like, yeah, he's got to get his cardio up. He's got to get his cardio better. Maybe we should tell him that if he doesn't get better with that, we're not going to give him the title at WrestleMania. We don't have to give him the title.
Yeah. Am I supposed to disagree with this sentence? Yeah, that makes complete sense to me. That sounds absolutely right. What are we doing? What is going on? Can't work while getting winded. He should fix that. What do you mean? Yes.
I agreed with it, especially after the promo on Monday, where Paul Heyman gave him 5 minutes to catch his breath. This nigga still cut the promo like he was Mike Epps in Next Friday making fun of Baby D, like 4 letters, 1 word. Oh my God.
Holy shit. Poor
bastard. Why are you wheezing? Take an asshole pump to the room. Jesus.
I don't think I've ever. Has there ever been a week where Heyman and fucking Christian were part of Bad Promos together? Same week? Not even something possible.
You never hear each of them, either one of them, having bad promos, but to have bad promos in the same week, that's crazy.
Jarring.
All right. I think we did enough. Thank you guys in the chat. Keep coming with those super chat donations if you want to talk about anything else with me and Jimmy. But let's get into AEW Dynamite. Last night was the final Dynamite from the Aragon Ballroom, a part of this residency in Chicago, Illinois. What did you think about the crowd last night?
Same amount of people as last week, but they were significantly louder. I assume they were hyped for the main event, or the big match, rather.
Yeah. They got into pretty much everything on the show to basically the standard of what those matches would get out of the crowd. I thought they were much better than last week's crowd for sure. AEW Dynamite comes on air and we get Excalibur running down tonight's full card before going to a highlight package of the incredible Texas Death Match from All In Texas between Hangman Adam Page and Jon Moxley for their match later on in the show. We also get Death Riders continuing to wreak havoc on Page's friends in recent weeks. This was a really well done video package to get you hyped up for the big AEW World Title matchup. We need more of this, and as always here on AEWramble, we're consistent with always praising whenever they hype up their big match on the show.
Indeed. I'm ready for it.
Then we kicked off the show with the AEW World Tag Team Title Eliminator quarterfinal matchup of the Outrunners going up against the Young Bucks. The Outrunners cut an inset promo about winning a win, lose, or draw. They're still rich, having won the $200,000 matchup on Collision last week. Meanwhile, why they doing my boys like this? The Young Bucks got jobber entrances without an entrance, treated like enhancement talent with the fucking lower third that says talent name, social media, and for their X and Instagram links and basically stat. The Bucks cut inset promos of them heavily being insulted, saying that this is no way to treat your former EVPs or the founding fathers of all elite wrestling. We get Magnum and Nick. They have a fast opening sequence to open up the matchup, with Nick getting ping pong between both Outrunners who fired off double big boots and then huge backdrop to both of the Bucks. We get the double corner punches and bunches for the 10, but the Bucks were able to battle back with dueling dives to the outside and took advantage of the momentum. They start hitting up on the Outrunners before Magnum gets the hot tag. He starts running a house of fire until Matt blocked a double boot in the corner and swung Magnum's leg around and hung him up. So Nick hit a swanton. We get a super kick, lays out Floyd for a bit here, as we then get Nick, who starts going crazy. He hits an Escalera before getting into Tony Schiavone's face, basically telling him to respect his founding fathers, getting on the mic and basically talking his trash, demanding we get Tony Schiavone, who asks him who is this superstar is, as Excalibur was insulted. He was interrupted trying to throw to commercial break. We see even Matt cup in his ear, a tribute to Hulk Hogan, I guess. Matt spat in the face of Floyd, who nearly got the hot tag, but Nick swept the legs of Magnum, and then Magnum dove. We get Nick ran a wild series of super kicks until Matt hit a somersault cutter off the apron onto the floor. Big back bump on the floor that just it sounded like a big splat on the floor. That sounded pretty bad. We get the Bucks are running wild for a bit until they accidentally have a miscommunication. We get a super kick that is fired off. We get super kicks to Floyd, who no-sells it and then turns the Bucks inside out with lariats. They then finally, after a couple of different teases going for it, they hit the "you son of a bitch" double elbow drop for a 2 count. Nick made the save and then hits a moonsault to the floor before an assisted sliced bread and a running knee for a near fall. Nick almost collided with referee Rick Knox and managed a low blow mule kick on Magnum. Nick then shoved Knox, who shoved him back, and the Outrunners nearly got the win on a roll-up. The Bucks were able to take advantage. They nearly stole a win with a roll-up with a handful of tights. We get "this is awesome" chants as the Outrunners start running wild for a bit. They look for total recall, but the Bucks are able to cut them off, hitting super kicks. We get another schoolboy and a handful of tights, only gets a 2 count. Finally, the Bucks are able to get control of things. They get Magnum, they get Magnum up for the TK driver, and they're able to hit it while Nick holds off Floyd as Matt gets the 1-2-3 for the Young Bucks to surprisingly get the win here. I really thought the Outrunners were going to win this one. The fans were furious about the result. Yeah, I did. I just did. I thought that it would just continue the downfall of the Young Bucks by having them lose here. But really, I thought it was a really good match, a really good opener that had a lot of energy from the crowd, as well as the Outrunners looking good. I do love the fact that it does seem like the Bucks and the FTR are motivated to kind of outdo each other. So I think that the Bucks were motivated here to have just as good of a match as FTR. This wasn't as great as the FTR matchup from Collision, but a very good tag team matchup nonetheless. Yeah. Post-match, you get Post-match, you get Kazuchika Okada coming down to the ring as he comes to celebrate with his good friends, the Young Bucks. The Outrunners were both trying to get up in the middle of the ring, but were beat down by the members of the Elite until the music of Swerve Strickland hits. Okada turned his attention to the stage, not realizing that the Outrunners made their comeback on the Bucks, leaving him ping-ponged between the Outrunners and Swerve Strickland. Huge backdrop by Floyd led to Swerve looking for the house call, but the Bucks were able to pull Okada to safety, or so they thought, as Swerve was able to go to the top rope and deliver a Swerve stomp to Okada and the Bucks, and deliver another meme face to close things out here. This is going to lead for the next matchup in the World Tag Team Title Tournament, as we're going to see the final first round matchup, and the winners of this will face the Bucks most likely on next week's Dynamite. Is going to be Bandito and Brody King teaming up tonight on Collision against the Gates of Agony. But what did you think about the Bucks and the Outrunners and the post match with Swerve and Okada?
Good match. I thought the Bucks. Well, Matt Jackson in particular was up to standard. Unlike last week when Nick did all the fucking work, Matt carried his weight here, and I thought it led to a very good match. Outrunners are what they are. If they're not in there with a very good tag team, you're not going to get a very good match. But when they are, they can hold their weight. They're kind of classic baby faces. As far as post-match goes, whatever. I'm sorry. We've seen Swerve do this already. It's lamer every time he does it. And now he's making faces. Oh, good Lord. Has there ever been a character to go from cool to not cool this fast? I'm trying to think. Maybe Goldberg putting on that fucking wig. Put on Goldberg's wig. It's probably faster. Was that a week, 2 weeks? But, yeah. Speaking of coons.
Wow, what a transition point. What a transition point.
Speaking of coons, this is not a black thing. I'm off that crusade. It's a loser crusade, and it makes me significantly more miserable than it makes me happy. Can't change people. Why try? But I will continue to swing away on the fact of being right. And I'm pretty sure I called Leo Rush a coon here a couple years ago. Another one for Jimmy. Okay.
Another one for the bad guy.
Another one for the bad guy.
You want to tell them what you're referring to? You just made a vague reference, and then
I just thought everybody would have saw. I thought everybody would have saw Leo Rush not only praising Hulk Hogan, which is wild enough, then criticizing Negroes who had something negative to say, which is insane. I told you so. I don't need to know much.
It is kind of wild for the guy that basically got himself fired from AEW in the first place for defending Swole. Or so he said. So he said. Goddamn right.
I don't need to know much. He's friends with Swerve. I was like, yeah, something's up. How long that match went? Like 15 minutes? Fucking Leo Rush and Swerve going 15 minutes for us. They bond. They bond with each other with bullshit. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Here I am. Fucking Coon Squad. Absolutely.
What did you think about the Bucks jobber entrance?
Oh, that's the one to criticize too. The jobber entrance is fun. All this is fun. But you thinking the Outrunners are gonna fucking win this match is what leads to this criticism. This is what we call surface horse shit. Where this is like Cena when we lost to The Rock, and they were telling us how bad his year has been leading up to the rematch. He beat Brock Lesnar fucking 12 seconds after that. What are we talking about? This has not been a bad year. And much like the Bucks are gonna fucking say it's all going to shit, but then they're gonna win all these fucking matches. I
think they're gonna lose next week. I think Brodito beats them. Brodito beats them next week, so we get Brodito versus FTR. So it's because it's too heavy-handed for it to be the FTR versus Young Bucks in the finals.
If that was the reason for that promo segment they had, then maybe. Because, good Lord, that stunk. It's probably Swerve.
The other Mikey says the Outrunners are good at what they do, and that's being the babyface tag team in a babyface versus heel tag team match. I agree with Jimmy. They're as good as the team they're across from, and when they're across from FTR and the Bucks, they do their best work for good reason, because they're across from the two best modern tag teams I feel like SmackDown has the best tag team division on like North American major companies, but I don't know if any of those tag teams individually are as good as the Bucks and FTR have been this year.
Thank you. That's a good way to put it. I don't hate that.
We got I'm a huge Fraxium fan. That's why I'm hoping they win. I'm hoping they win so I can put them into that conversation as well.
Why do I have to win to be in this fucking conversation? I gotta
because they've had to take a back seat to the fucking Y6, sir. Why do they have to take a back seat to the Y6? They were the best tag team in the world last year.
Well, they still are. That's not how this works. They didn't want the best tag team in the world because they were winning NXT matches. That's not how that works.
No, because they were putting on killer NXT matches.
Right. Did they forget how to wrestle in the interim?
No, they're just not given the opportunity to.
Let me tell you something. All right, we already had a discussion. We're not having a discussion again because you guys pulled this shit with Dragon. I'm not going to let you get away with it. But I'm not going to have this fight about people who are not Dragon. I don't care that much.
Hey, it's a fluid conversation.
It's the last time he had a great match. It's the last time he had a great match. He's wrestling at WWE style, so you never really know. Fuck you! He's the best wrestler on the planet. It has been forever. Fuck y'all talking about? What do you mean? Good Lord.
The other Mikey says they should be doing more with Swerve and Okada's feud. I agree with that. Should do more. Not right now. Everybody's hurt and injured coming off of All In.
We have some more time to do shit. We didn't spend all this time on fucking Mark Briscoe. Maybe we should spend some more time on Swerve and Okada. You think?
More
Good
Mark
Lord.
Briscoe. Now I am strictly for the Mark Briscoe push because I know it pisses you off. So now I'm for, and it pisses off King Potato.
He's so well liked. He'll get their officials more shots. What the fuck are you talking about? What a terrible idea.
Hey, he's having his career year right now. Davion says, so it's looking like Okada versus Swerve at Forbidden Door. I feel like that's the one match I know for sure at Forbidden Door so far. 3 weeks after All In, with a month out from Forbidden Door. So RM says, I mean, the one funny thing about being in on Forbidden Door with this match is there's no one involved from outside the company. Only slight at what's a really good start to the tournament. I mean, they are really at kind of handcuffed in regards to the outside companies, because outside of like CMLL, New Japan is in the middle of the G1, Stardom's in the middle of the 5-star Grand Prix, so you can't have the talent from over there. And I know for someone like Jimmy, who has complained about every Forbidden Door build, I think you much prefer this way of building up to it than the previous years.
Yes, well, I have not loved the last few weeks of TV. It's better than what we usually get. Just random people coming in to do random nonsense. And then we go back to our release schedule program once the pay-per-view is over. What a terrible fucking idea. Please stop. This is the way it should be done. Let them do their thing and we do ours. Lord. We're not an indie promotion anymore. The second biggest promotion in the goddamn world. Why are we fucking hobnobbing with these fucking losers? No disrespect.
Hobnobbing.
Lord. That's why Jay-Z had to leave fucking Memphis Bleak and them. I can't keep hanging out with these bums. I'm a star now. I date Beyonce. What am I hanging out with Dame Dash for? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? I gotta go.
Did you just say that New Japan Pro Wrestling is Memphis Bleak?
Yes.
Is that your chick?
Sorry. I gotta go. I got things to do.
Fuck you, Beanie Siegel. That popped me so much. I don't know why. I think it was because I was over the weekend. I was listening to the Blueprint because, like I told you last week, the Clips album is like one of my first 10 out of 10. So I was like, let me listen to other albums I've given 10 out of 10 to, and Blueprint was one of them. So I re-listened to that. So that's what made me think about the Rockefeller the Rockefeller pyramid of like Jay-Z at top, Memphis Bleak, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Emil.
Oh, you do not have not a great assortment of talent. That is fucking Kobe and them Lakers. Good lord.
The Motor City Machine Guns, they're definitely like a top 10 tag team for this year, but they're another one that I think because SmackDown is so many talented tag teams that they're not given the opportunity to stand out.
We should fix this by eliminating women from the SmackDown roster. I don't believe in spreading things out evenly, where fucking we should bring some women from Raw over to SmackDown. Bring some tag teams from SmackDown over to fucking Raw. Why? No. Accentuate your strengths. I turn SmackDown to the tag team show. Fucking Cody, a number 2, and a bunch of tag teams.
Cody and a bunch of tag teams.
Please, and Jade Squash.
Yo, well, so if AEW is Jay-Z, who is WWE, and who would be Lucha Libre? Lucha Libre AAA to them.
Who's more popular than Hove in '99? 2001 is Blueprint. There's Eminem, that's about it. So there's that. Beanie Siegel. We're gonna say Triple H is Beanie Siegel. Memphis Bleak is bigger than Beanie, at least at the time. So that'd be.
I was gonna say WWE is Eminem and Lucha Libre AAA is Bizarre.
Chronic demonic body smell like vomit. Shut up! How are you about to ruin a classic album? This is impressive. Holy shit!
Oh my god, terrible. You're fucking messing up my camera. The camera keeps falling because I'm laughing.
Don't be headed, guy. Whipped cream, dirty magazines. Wanna try?
Brazil. That Brazil. That Bizarre acted
real. Fuck job.
Drugs kill. Yeah, right, bitch. Shut your mouth, you dirty son. You know you want it in your butt.
Ladies, please don't fight. Bizarre's here. What the fuck? This is a professional rapper? Are you fucking serious?
I'm turning red. Oh my god. I'm turning red. I'm crying.
Holy shit.
I'm crying.
11 years old, like, holy shit, this guy stinks.
Holy shit. He's like, I'll probably do this when I grow up. We get Renee Paquette backstage with Mark Briscoe, the aforementioned Mark Briscoe, bringing up his issues with MJF before Ricochet and the GOA step in to confront him. Ricochet says that if Briscoe isn't careful, Ricochet will bounce Briscoe out of town in a pool of his own blood like he did at Double or Nothing. He said Revolution, but he meant Double or Nothing. Briscoe says that he's on a warpath, and tonight he'll kick Ricochet's ass, but that's nothing compared to what he does to MJF. Ricochet snaps his fingers to get Briscoe's attention back on him, and he says that tonight he's beating Briscoe again and called him a loser before saying, aha! Mark Briscoe all over the show. The 3 top stars: Mark Briscoe, MJF, and Hangman Adam Page all over the show. Love to see it.
Jarring. Not great for Mark Briscoe, but fantastic compared to fucking Ricochet. Good lord. Has anybody ever lost aura when they got a fucking group together?
It's like his look improved, but the promo work is lacking the substance that it had before.
Yeah. Can only take it for so long. I'm gonna have to add Swerve to my what did we decide to call them? Catalyst? And add Swerve to my catalyst list with Punk and Becky and Hangman. Because since fucking Ricochet left Swerve, it's been kind of ass. No disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
I can't say you're wrong. King Potato said AAA is Weird Al.
Wow. Jesus. Not a fan.
Not a fan, apparently. Not a fan at all. Then we get back from a commercial break. We get Excalibur and Taz mention that MJF being in Happy Gilmore 2, as well as having a world title contract anytime he wishes, but brings up the Hurt Syndicate, especially Bobby Lashley being sick and tired of his crap and getting into MJF's face last week and giving him the thumbs down. We then go backstage where MJF is there and he talks about being in the biggest movie in the world right now, Happy Gilmore 2, but he says that he's here to cut all the nonsense. He's been hearing a lot of scuttlebutts online about the Hurt Syndicate not being on the same page, and he's here to get them back on track. He knocks on the door and out comes Shelton Benjamin. Shelton walks out and he says that Lashley and MVP aren't here this week. MJF says from the bottom of his heart, he's sorry for Bob's actions last week, but he wants to strategize how to get his AEW world title back, but was cut off by Benjamin. Benjamin said that MVP isn't there because he's pretty disgusted with Max. Shelton asks what time it was, and he brings up the watch that MJF gave him. Benjamin says that it's the nicest watch he's seen from Temu and knows a cheap knockoff when he sees it. It only took him 3 months. The only reason MJF didn't get his ass kicked long ago was MVP stuck his neck out for him. He says that MJF can get the stepping with his fake ass watch, and if he doesn't, he'll leave him in a pool of his own piss. Benjamin tossed down the fake watch and it broke apart as soon as it hit the ground. Gave MJF a thumbs down before slamming the door in his face. MJF screamed for the camera to get out of his face. This was actually better done and made more sense than the Lashley segment last week. I thought the Lashley segment, it was executed and well done, but it made no sense when you thought about it for 10 seconds. This one makes a little bit more sense, where despite him only realizing the watch was fake like 3 months later, he then explains why he didn't do anything before is because MVP basically stuck his neck out for him and they had already agreed. He probably found out after they already agreed to put him in the group or something like that. You can make logic of it within the context of what happened here. And Shelton Benjamin is surprisingly much better on the mic as far as like talking than he's ever given credit for. I think he's considered someone who's awful. He's fine.
He's considered somebody who's awful. That's true. He's just bad. Sorry. He's got like this like an extra throat or something. Balls. It's an odd sounding voice. Much like the Lashley segment. This doesn't make people look great. Shelton looks kind of like an idiot. Took me this long to realize it's the fake watch. Fake watch he wanted, by the way. Is it better than the Lashley one? I suppose, but not much. This is kind of ass. The only way this all works for me, I gotta be honest, I usually don't advocate for this, is that this is a Vince Russo swerve, and they're setting up Hangman for a beatdown of every proportions. Otherwise, I'm sorry.
This is what I think it was Jeremy brought this up on Fightful Overbook. And I was like, yeah, this makes much more sense, is that this is all a swerve to make people believe Hurt Syndicate don't have MJF back, and then they come out and help him get the Triple B when he decides to invoke the contract.
Nice. That's
the only way. That's the only way any of this makes sense.
Yes, because it's out of nowhere. It feels like one of those Russo things. All of a sudden, Nash and Hogan, or Nash and Jarrett, or Hogan and Brett, or Hogan and Hall, for those of you who are not old enough. They're having a beef this episode. Really? This came out of fucking nowhere. Then they have a match. It's a swerve. And they fuck up whoever said babyface is. I'm hoping for that. Otherwise, this is really good. We kind of ruined Hurt Syndicate for no reason.
Yeah, I agree. We got Frantic World who says Leon Slater TNA contract is up in fall 2026. You think he will pop up in WWE or AEW SP3? Definitely WWE. WWE, that's their feeder system. TNA is their feeder system.
Is Leon Slater the dude they didn't catch when he came off the ladder?
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
The ultimate.
That's how I know who he is. I've seen. I know he's black. I know they didn't catch him. That's it. It's the only things I know. Good for him. I hope he makes something of himself. Get out to your Knicks. The Knicks don't care about you, clearly.
Next, we got the weirdest segment of the whole entire show. Tony Schiavone welcomes out Christian Cage to the ring for the first time since AEW All in Texas. Christian started off this promo well, where he says, "My name is Christian Cage, and I'm an asshole." This gets.
I thought it was about to be fucking brilliant after this. I tell you, I was some brilliant shit coming after this. God damn.
I was like, is he about to give us like an AA speech about all the things that he's done? Like he's acknowledging all the things he's done. Cage says that he's the type that's numb to the world and everything in it, as he doesn't care who is in his way or who he hurts. He was focused on winning the AEW World title and fulfilling his destiny. Cage brought up he had everything set for Revolution. He had a spear and nearly won the AEW World title, but took a split second to look down, seeing his past. Talking about Cope. That hesitation cost him his future. And he didn't realize that Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne's nuts would have dropped, and they could stand up to him, despite not earning the right to do so. He then pauses and he says, "I'm conducting my business right now." Then he continues. He says Cage didn't stick to the plan because he didn't think the patriarchy were capable of pulling off the plan. Nick, Kip, and Shayna doesn't know what it's like to live the life of luxury, and there's probably a long line of people ready to destroy Cage for everything that he's done. As for Adam Copeland, he heard what he said a few weeks ago, talking about snapping Cope's neck and taking care of his wife when it was all said and done, and doing it in front of his daughter. Cage asks if what he said was all that bad, though, as Copeland understands the game within the game, as he himself was an ultimate opportunist, as he can see that in his accomplishments over his career. Maybe Cage did, or maybe he didn't find himself, because they're not so different. They're actually much of the same. The patriarchy embarrassed Cage at All In, deciding they didn't need a patriarch any longer. He then looks to the crowd and he says, "I'm conducting my business right now." Cage says Shayna was right. It was hard getting up that night, but he's gotten out of large gaping holes before, and he's always clawed his way out of it, just like he's clawed his way out of hers. Maybe they had issue with Cage ruling with an iron fist, but it came from the scars of his past. He then looks to the crowd again and he says, "I'm conducting my business right now."
Are you trying to make us feel what he felt? Skip to the end.
Cage asks Nick how it's going to go when he has to show up and fight. Cage has always answered the bell for the things that he's done and said, but he says that Nick is the prodigy and has more talent than Cage, but he has the audacity to call himself the new face of AEW, only he'll have to go through Christian Cage to get that claim. He once again says, "I'm conducting my business right now." Nick already has one dead father, but now he has a father that's dead to him. From this moment further, Christian Cage has disowned all of them. He finishes his promo. He walks out the ring. He walks up the ramp, and he sees Mother Wayne before him. Mother Wayne is just a distraction as she tries to slap him, but he blocks it. Kip Sabian runs a distraction, tries to sneak attack him, but Christian turns around only to be cracked upside the head with the Ring of Honor World Championship from Nick Wayne. They then pick up a pair of steel chairs that Mother Wayne brings out for them. They stand up Christian and deliver a concerto that barely hits his head, and this was the wrong camera angle for it. He collapsed in a heap. Nick screamed that no, he's disowning Christian now, as the matriarchy stands over their former patriarch. The post-promo stuff was well done outside of the camera shot, but goddamn, this was the worst Christian Cage promo I think I've ever seen. Christian Cage is usually a guaranteed hit every time he opens his mouth. The promo started well, but it just rambled and went on and on and on. He got lost a couple of times. That's why he does the I'm conducting my business right now, but he overused it and this was underdelivered. I don't know what happened here. His promo sounded like he got the concerto before the promo instead of after.
This is what happens when writers don't do the work and make the wrestlers do it. Because there's a lot to try to explain away with Edge and the patriarchy and Christian staying an asshole, and we can't do it. We just can't do it all at once. So Christian has to explain it all the way. That yes, he is an asshole, and he likes patriarchy, but he's disowning them. And we got to talk about Edge, and we got to do this, and it goes 10 minutes, and he can't remember all of it. He's got to fucking try to get heat at times, and then cover up for his mistakes, which he uses the same tactic for both, which is I'm conducting business. Yeah, this was rough. I'm not blaming Christian though. Well, it is his fault, but it's a writing error. This is a bad idea. Christian had the right idea, which was this Edge shit should wait until I'm done with this. Instead, we're going to try to do both because, like wrestling fans, Christian decided to compromise. Idiot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of this. This is a waste. And it won't be the only bad segment of this feud. I'm calling it now, just to let you know. Because we clearly have a bunch of logic holes that have not been filled. Christian saying he's disowning the patriarchy. I thought that's what the attack was. I'm not fired. I quit. Right. Okay.
basically what that was. I'm not fired. I quit.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Like, just get your shit and get out.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be the worst AEW feud in the next 2-3 months.
I mean, Cope, like you would think like one or the other, Cope or Christian, can save this, but if Christian's having a bad promo, you can't depend on Cope to bring something good to the table.
We count on Edge to fucking cut succinct, straight to the point promos. We're in deep shit. I'll tell you that much.
All Cope is basically AEW's version of Triple H, where his matches and promos go longer than they need to.
Absolutely. It's interesting. You had 2 legs. Now you've got 1. Let's wrap this shit up. To it. If you don't mind. No disrespect.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, Big Man Dog does make a point. He says the funniest is that Cope is doing the best numbers on YouTube right now. It pops me.
Yeah, he did a decent number on Dynamite when it was like he had that promo. I don't have any WBD stock, so I don't care. Wrap this shit up, please.
He's like you're like Jey Uso, but it's in the reverse. Cut it. Not run it back. Not run it back. He's like, let me go backwards. No, run it.
Does he do that every time now?
Jay? Yes, he does.
I gotta be honest. The first time it's one of the coolest things I ever saw. I've never seen somebody get this kind of pop in the last 10 years. Like, holy shit, that was dope. I was like, all right.
So, like, I'm kind of over it. Can we move on? FTR is backstage with Stokely Hathaway, who says that they're one step ahead and one step closer to taking back their AEW World Tag Team titles. Adam Copeland deserves to be banned from ringside tomorrow night, and after what the Hurt Syndicate did last week, because that was cowardice. He says the Bang Bang Gang are good, but they aren't FTR. The Young Bucks come in and walk in, and FTR says that they're happy the Bucks won tonight, as they put the past in the past and hope to see them in the finals. All 4 men, they shake hands with one another as Hathaway stops after FTR leaves and says that the Bucks aren't in charge anymore, right? And they say, yeah. And Hathaway motions like he was going to backhand them, but he drops the crutch and reveals that he isn't hurt at all. As Matt screams that everyone in this company is so damn fickle. I thought Hathaway was funny as always, but yeah, I don't know if this was so needed. unless it's just to kind of basically be like, you think you're going to get this, but you are not going to give it to you in the finals. I'm hoping it's the latter. FTR will face the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, and Austin Gunn tonight on Collision. Any thoughts?
Yeah. I'm with you. Unless FTR and the Bucks are not facing each other, then this is a waste of my time. But if the point of this whole thing is a swerve, then I'm fine for it. I'm fine with it, I guess. It's only a minute or so. I'm going to take it.
Yeah. Yeah. And they finally did reveal the brackets for this tournament. It only took them like a couple of days after on Collision. They finally revealed it. Bang Bang Gang picked up the win over the former Learning Tree. FTR, of course, picked up the win over Jet Speed last week. The Young Bucks beating the Outrunners on this show. And then Collision, we got the quarterfinal matchup between Brodito and the Gates of Agony, and the winner of that should probably be facing the Young Bucks next week on Dynamite to determine who's going to go to the finals, since we're going to know one of the final participants after tonight's Collision. I'm expecting FTR to get the win, obviously, in that one.
Yeah, I'm saying the FTR to win a tournament. I don't know who's coming on the other side. Brodito makes sense. Don't particularly care.
Yeah, I think Brodito. And plus, FDR always works well with luchadors, and Bandito's on like the run of his career right now. So I expect that to be good, especially with Brody in there. But then it was basically main event time at the top of the hour. Well, first, we do have a super chat donation. I didn't play the bumper for the first one that we got. So let me run that. We'll run... Let's give you this.
Because he wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
the turn and then and eating the brownie. And then Chuck Berry's "You Get" our specialty here on the show.
Oh, speak, bitch! Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani, what the hell is wrong with you?
Did you see the roll promo on NXT this week?
I did. I was going to add her to the list that I did earlier with Heyman and Christian, but she gets shadowed enough by these fucking sickos. I was left alone.
I might have to put Tony Storm in your catalyst list too.
Oh my God! Now this. Good Lord. Insane.
No, it's just WWE has awful writers. I think that she's too talented. I think she's too talented to fail. This is not something that's going to set her back too much, but it is just stupid to do a body shaming storyline. And basically to Jordan Grace, that's like 5 years, that's like in 1992 after Jordan wins his first championship. You're like, Jordan as a rookie, he couldn't shoot, he wasn't a leader, he wasn't a good passer, he was awful then. And everybody's just looking at you, but he's the champion now. So what are you even talking about? Like, making fun of Jordan Grace for how she looked 5 years ago is just so stupid. Especially because they did not do the steps to set it up.
See, this is what I was avoiding. Fucking frantic world. Yeah, that promo where the Shivani speak bitch thing comes from, that promo was horrible too. That was mostly her fault. No disrespect. Yeah, it's a terrible idea. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's not quite Piggy James, but it's in the same ballpark. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. What was the question? I totally forgot.
Well, I didn't even read the super chat donation here. I'm sorry. Chuck Berry says, talking about the Christian promo, he says, this Christian promo confused me. Is he deliberately trying to maintain his heel heat and energy a la Roman Reigns OTC? It felt like they basically had him come back here to do an angle where he actually takes the concerto, like basically Cope saved him from getting the concerto at All In. But I would have just preferred if he just went longer trying to find himself and then came back with basically an Assholes Anonymous promo. It's like the setup for the first line of the promo was to prepare you for something where he could have like admitted all his sins and then be like, I'm going off to kind of save myself, find myself, and recover, go through the different steps of asshole acceptance, and then he can still do the post promo thing where he gets jumped. It's the promo wasn't well delivered. He forgot some of the steps that he had to go through, and he had to go through different checkpoints. He had to address Cope and address the patriarchy, then go back to the patriarchy, then address Mother Wayne, then do a joke about Nick Wayne. He had to cover too many steps here when it could have been concise of him just admitting everything he's done to the likes of Cope, to the likes of Nick Wayne, to the likes of Luchasaurus. Like, you could have done all of that, and that sets up him for the redemption arc that you could have done off screen, but it sets him up better for that.
And then he has to come back and face these bums. This is a waste of everybody's time. Holy shit. You went through all that. I was like, this is good. But it still ends in a Christian Nick Wayne match. Good Lord. Are you fucking serious? Nick Wayne and fucking Kip Sabian and Mother Wayne, whose big claim to fame is she's fucking the son of Nick Wayne, whose big claim to fame is he's 12 years old and can wrestle and ain't even that fucking great, whose big claim to fame is he's fucking a tiny version of Will Ospreay, who's big. This stinks. All of this stinks. I don't understand. Please and thank you. Sorry. No disrespect. Patriarchy's top 10 worst groups ever. Without Christian Cage. We need to call this what it is. I'm sorry. We need to call this what it is. I've tried to be nice the whole episode. I am failing now. We need to call this what it is. It is terrible. Mother Wayne, who's not a yapper or a wrestler. Nick Wayne, who's 12 and has the fucking delivery of, I'll be nice, I won't give us too much trouble, but he has the delivery of somebody who's be on a short bus. And Kip Sabian, who's been around for...
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Continue with the Kip Sabian. I'm sorry.
Kip Sabian's been around for fucking forever. And he stinks. Sorry. He's a fun wrestler, but he's not being a wrestler. He's a fucking character. What's his character? I haven't finished that yet. His character was he loves Christian, but doesn't love him anymore. He feels underappreciated, I suppose. He's fallen in love with Nick. Now, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? This is like Jack Perry and what's the other one? Sammy Guevara 2.0. It's like we feel attached to these people because they've been around for forever. But we're past that point. We are. I'm sorry. We're past that point. We should move on. If Kyle Fletcher was still Kyle Fletcher of many years ago, I'd be ready to move on. But he's evolved with the program. And by evolve, I mean take steroids.
I can't with you. Let's talk about the AEW World Title matchup. Everyone banned from ringside. We get extra security around the ringside area. Tony Schiavone says that they know there's more matches planned for tonight, but they are going to stick with this until there is a winner. Moxley comes out. They do a great entrance for Moxley. Great shot with the cameras of him walking down the stairwell at the Aragon Ballroom and coming down to the ring. It was really well done. He had the slow walk, and you can already feel like this was like a big time matchup, especially with the crowd kind of engaged right from the entrances. Hangman Adam Page gets a good ovation during his entrance. We get the big fight feel intros for both men. And they I love this camera shot that they do for their big time matches of like we see just the hand of one opponent and it just looking up from that direction. That's always a cool shot that they go for their big matches in AEW. Page wasted no time pouring on some forearms in the opening minute. That switched to stiff chop battle between the two men. We get them basically going at it right from the start of this one. It's a physical affair. You get Hangman and Moxley bringing the forearms, bringing the chops. Is very hard hitting. Moxley at one point he goes for a release German suplex, but Hangman is able to land on his feet. But it's like he hurt his head, he hurt his neck in the process, and he's favoring his neck for the rest of the matchup. He clocks Moxley with a big discus forearm, but then he falls down afterwards. He gets a fallaway slam that sends Moxley to the apron. Page kips up and then tries a springboard lariat, but he hit the comebacker and a slingshot crossbody to the floor. We get a Death Valley driver in the ring for a near fall, but then Moxley kicks out and then gets a Kimura locked in. Page makes it to the ropes, but Moxley tries a charge, but ran into a pop-up powerbomb from Hangman for a 2 count. Moxley went to outside where he drove Page into the steel steps. He then delivers a vicious looking power driver on top of the steel steps. And then Hangman, he's completely messed up for the rest of this matchup. He's bleeding from the top of his head. And you can tell it was an unintentional blood because they never really focused on it. It was all Hangman. It was all Moxley during this portion of the matchup. He leads him to the announce table and he looks for a power driver over there, but Hangman's able to reverse it into a dead eye on top of the announce table. He hits him with a tombstone in the ring for a 2 count. Moxley desperately picks the ankle and then got the bulldog choke and then a gator roll into a front face lock. Page managed to reverse things into a crossface, but Moxley just got to the ropes and then Page wanted a dead eye on the apron, but Moxley raked his back and hits a huge power driver before delivering a Gotch style power driver in the ring for a 2 count. Moxley wanted the Death Rider, but Page was able to spun out in a left hook, which only amused Moxley because he gave nothing behind it, who had a smile on his face. We get forearms from Moxley, only woke up Page, who booted him and then hits a beautiful looking Orihana moonsault to the outside, but he hits the back of his head on the guardrail in the process. He tries for the buckshot lariat, but Moxley's able to counter. He tries for a Death Rider, but Page reverses that into a dead eye. Only Moxley's leg clipped the referee in the process for a referee bump. We then get Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. They come through the crowd trying to basically cause a distraction for the security. From the other side of the ring, we get Marina Shafir. She sneaks up to ringside and she gives Moxley the AEW World Championship. Moxley grabs the title and he's able to use it with the referee still down and blasts Hangman with it. You can hear the air go out of this crowd that was hot for most of this matchup, but they're thinking, oh shit, Moxley stole the title again. But Page kicks out and that gets a huge reaction from the crowd. Turner saw Shafir and then boots her out from ringside. It leads to Claudio and Wheeler pulling her to the crowd area as all the security is pushing them back. Then out of nowhere, we see Darby Allin show up on the balcony. He appears on the balcony and then delivers this crazy looking dive onto the pile. I said on Fightful Overbooked, I was like, how Darby has gone too long without jumping off of something and he's getting annoyed. So I knew this week would be the week he would jump off of something high. This is one of his better dives that he's done. Moxley couldn't believe it. It leads to Hangman hitting a big boot. He hits one buckshot lariat. He goes for a dead eye. You get Moxley who reverses the dead eye into a power driver, but then Hangman hits the dead eye and then he hits another buckshot lariat. He covers him. 1, 2, 3. Hangman Adam Page retains the AEW World Championship in what I thought was a tremendous bout. I thought this was one of the better AEW TV matches of the year. It had the big fight feel. Both of these guys just have great chemistry with each other to the point I would say that Moxley is probably number 2 behind Swerve as far as Hangman's best opponents and rivals in AEW. They just always have really good to fantastic matches together, and this was another one. This is probably their best non-Texas death match that they've had. Basically straight up singles matchup. The only nitpicks I have is like the referee not immediately kicking out Marina Shafir, who was just standing at ringside, and what the fuck was all the security doing? The other security that weren't distracted with Claudio, I saw like 2 of them just standing looking at the crowd. When there's someone at ringside, you should be kicking them out. You don't need Paul Turner to kick her out for you to pay attention to her. Other than that, I love this match. What did you think? Are you muted? I think you're muted.
What is everyone banned at ringside supposed to even do? Like, I don't understand the concept. I thought I did. Then they interfered and the referee saw them and then just leave. That's not. Whatever. Match is good. I enjoyed it quite a bit up until the interference part. To me, this is Moxley's best performance in an actual match. in a while. It's the last fucking Moxley match I enjoyed. Dragon? Probably.
At the start of his reign when he won the title.
Jesus. Yeah. I was really good up until that point. Interference, I rolled my eyes at all of it. I mean, I get why it's there. I'm never mad at it, assuming this is the end of the feud. But just because it had to be done doesn't make it good. I hated that. Darby's part was good. It's nice to see Darby do something after a couple weeks of. I love how he does the Sting thing, but he can never make it last more than a couple weeks before he does it. He just can't.
Like, I refuse to not do anything. He's like, Tony, just let me jump from something, please. Just let me jump from something. He probably pleaded with Tony to do that spot. He's like, this is the last time we have Dynamite in this building. Please let me jump from the balcony, please. I promise I'll be safe. Last Dynamite tonight is the last official show from the building.
Nobody cares. That's close. That's how you guys pretended it was good. Didn't I just see a 15-minute Dustin Rhodes match? Did I read that right? It was 15 minutes. Dustin Rhodes match. Okay. Collision's actually the A show. Think about it. No, I don't need to think about it. That's enough. Yeah, good match. And I'm done. I hope we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done, and we got basically the signs in the rest of the show that he's moving on to MJF now, which I'm gonna keep saying that was the turning point of the whole year for AEW. That was the first pivot that Tony had did in quite some time that really was a difference maker. It was going from MJF Double J to MJF Hangman. That's one of the best feuds of the year because that really signaled AEW getting their shit together a lot better than they did in the past few years.
Here's hoping. What do the Death Riders do now? Darby? You have to?
Yeah, they do. They got to. It's gotta be Darby who puts an end to the Death Rider era.
Why? Shouldn't it be Dragon? And if so, why?
Darby will
somebody else.
Darby will get help from Dragon. It's gonna be blood and guts with Darby as the leader of Team AEW.
Oh my God. This company doesn't want me to just enjoy it. I try. They won't let me. All right, let's go. Mark Briscoe.
I knew that.
Absolutely.
I knew that would annoy you.
Mark Briscoe, yes. Darby and Mark Briscoe. On Team Briscoe, we'll call it. Good Lord. It's a vehicle. Push Mark Briscoe.
No, Mark Briscoe's too busy in the world title scene, sir. He's in. We got Robert Dickinson here in the chat. Good to see you. He says last night's Dynamite was great, except for Christian's promo. I love how everybody was just like shitting on Christian's promo.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
The other Mikey says great title match. Interference wasn't good. Mox could have just grabbed the belt himself and kept the everyone is banned vibe. That's true. That's also true. You don't need Shafir to be at ringside. That's true.
We do get into a whole issue, kayfabe wise and continuity wise, when we do these everyone is banned things and everyone is actually banned. Like the Continental Classic. People are banned from ringside. It's like, well, why isn't that just the deal for every match then? Isn't that the whole fucking point?
Yeah. Why is it for one match and then for another it's not?
Yeah, why are people listening? Why wouldn't I just interfere in this fucking match? Because fuck them. The whole point of
there needs to be something like if you interfere, you're suspended or something like that.
Yeah, or you lose. Like disqualification, which is what I thought was going to happen with Moxley in them.
We got Ninja Mortis who says Jack Perry, Lee Moriarty, and Danny Garcia need to follow in Kyle's footsteps for real.
Yes. What is wrong? Well, lots of things. I don't care about the moral implications, but health-wise, I suppose steroids present a bit of an issue. But the upside is you become a star. What's the issue? You want to be a star or not? Who cares about your nut size? What do you care? By the time girl sees your nuts, you've won anyway. Put on a t-shirt.
Dion says multiple power drivers, including one on the steel steps, is egregious. This is just as bad as John Cena getting DDT'd on concrete and winning. It's not because of the context. The context of this one was Hangman got power driver on the steel steps, and then Moxley cuts like a 2-minute promo into the camera. He's like, this is what a world champion's all about. Wade Barrett put Cena right back into the ring, and Cena still kicked out. Like, there's a difference. He basically hurried for John Cena to neutralize that spot of getting DDT'd on concrete. I think the context is a little bit different.
What's the Orange Cassidy one I'm thinking of? Steel steps?
Maybe. The one I'm thinking of that was egregious in AEW is Dustin Rhodes with the cinder blocks on the ankle.
Swerve. Yeah.
Yeah. That's more egregious than probably even the Cena concrete.
Because it's Dustin Rhodes. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. It's context. Context is key, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make all the things the same. No. We got Rob Dickinson who says Darby Allin is crazy, but I love him. He also says blood and guts at All Out. Would you prefer blood and guts at a pay-per-view than on TV?
Yes, because then I don't have to watch it. Yes. Pay-per-view, fucking please and thank you. Save me from having to watch another fucking blood and guts match and another Death Riders match. Good Lord. Very quickly become the patriarchy. Moxley and a bunch of bums.
We got Davion who says that world title match should have been the main event. I understand the reasoning why they made it the middle of the show. I agree with Jimmy. Me and Jimmy talked about it before the show. Maybe you make it the opening matchup, but I do also understand that a lot of people would have stopped watching after the opening matchup. And the opening of the show is always one of the highest rated segments. So I rather make people at least watch halfway through the show and watch the matchup. And I thought that the commentary, and it's very rare on this show that we compliment commentary. I thought commentary did a good job of saying we're putting this here because it's a 60-minute time limit. And in context, it made sense to put it in the middle of the show. So it is the close of the show.
I do like that. That's a good reason. I will say this. I like what they had set up for the rest of the show. None of it's main event, but I like the main event, the title match feeling like it mattered to be goings on. So there's that. But yeah, I would have open.
I would have liked what would have been even better. And this is what we tend to do here on AEWramble is something's good, we can make it better. You have Moxley say that he wants the title match right now. Because he basically got his agency taken away from him. He's always been in control as he's been AEW World Champion. But the whole setup for this matchup was Hangman saying, you have to do it on my terms. And then you just have, right after the FTR Young Buck segment, it just goes to Moxley. He's taking the camera and he's like, we're doing the world title match right now. Hit my music.
I'm good with that. Hangman doesn't give a fuck. He's apparently this super badass at this point.
Yeah.
Get your ass beat now. Sure, let's do it.
We get a video package for Dustin Rhodes versus Kyle on tonight's collision. It will be for the TNT Championship in a Chicago street fight. Do you think they make the change here?
4 out of 10 episode. Because it had the words, a video package with Dustin Rhodes is an insane sentence. What is going on? They have to. I said they should have turned Rampage into the Jade Show. They should turn Collision into the Cal Fletcher Show. Every week should feature a Cal Fletcher 10-minute fucking ridiculous match.
I'm here for it.
TNT Championship.
The way you say TNT Championship with so much disgust is hilarious.
Dude. Remember where this started and where it is now.
What did you think about the inaugural TNT champion with his interview with Bill Simmons of The Ringer, where he says that he said he kind of felt disrespected in AEW, that he felt like they were sitting on something that's magic of the American Nightmare as a good guy, as a bad guy. He was like, they sat on it. So he's like, it's one thing to feel disrespected in WWE because they're the Yankees, but it's another thing to feel disrespected in a company that he helped build.
What I say? What did I tell you? Again, first Leo Rush, now this. You guys trying to make me feel good, and I appreciate it. But now, what did I say? What did I say when Cody left? I don't mind having an open relationship with a new bitch. But with the bitch I've been with forever, you must be outside your fucking mind and be disrespectful like this. Absolutely not. And here we go. Cody saying what I've been saying. Absolutely not. A place I helped build, I'd be treated like just a guy? Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Absolutely not. Team Cody on this. Team number 3. Team Triple H. Team Edge. Team Seth Rollins. Absolutely. I'm here for you. There you go. There you go, Cody. Absolutely. Now, we can't forget that he had quite a few of these ideas himself in AEW. So quite a few of the disrespect is his own fault. There's that. But hey, what do you want? In all seriousness, it wasn't going to happen. I'm sorry. It's a different fan base. I got to be honest. I'm shocked you got this over in WWE. I'm shocked this happened.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen here. I knew it wasn't going to happen back there. Sorry. Just let it go. He can't help himself. Much like Triple H, he is somebody else who tries very hard to keep his ego down. And while he's been more successful at it, you can see it flaring. You see it flaring up. He just can't help himself. Sorry. They're going to learn. Y'all going to learn. There's no such thing as the egoless wrestler. That's not how that works. He's not one that's fucking made it. Not how that works. Sorry.
He said at least not one that's actually made it. Nope. That's not how that works. Gotta have an ego to make it.
Yeah, sorry. Cody's letting it rip.
Next up, we got AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm and Alex Windsor versus ROH Women's World Champion Athena and Billie Starkz. Windsor and Athena picked right back up where they left off after their great match on Collision last week, but Athena posed for Starkz, not realizing that Storm had tagged in. Once she did, they both started duking it out with one another, with Toni getting the better of her. We get Athena quickly tagging out to Starkz, who faked a handshake before getting in a cheap shot on Toni, but Toni answered back with a misdirection snap drop kick, and then back breaker before Windsor tagged back in for locomotion corner splashes. Both danced their way into a double boot and then wiped out Athena for good measure until Starkz was able to regain control and then tried to help things out here. We get a hanging DDT by Starkz on Windsor, and then we get the chases on after Athena broke up the count as Starkz decked Storm with a cheap shot while celebrating. Windsor hits a somersault dive from the apron to take control of Starkz back inside. We get Billie fought back, shooting a double leg and then a slingshot for awaiting Athena, who hit a nice little spine buster. I was seeing what you were saying last week, where they work really well with each other, and we were seeing that in this tag team match with Billie and Athena here. Windsor continued to be worked over until she got a desperation headbutt. Athena jumped in but missed a senton, which Windsor nearly got the tag, but then Starkz pulled Storm's leg out from under her to pull her down. We get Windsor had to fight back on her own with a series of lariats, leading to a double down. We get a Liger bomb that spiked Athena before Windsor is finally make the hot tag to Storm as Billie is tagged in on the other side. We get Toni running wild with drop kicks and hip attacks. She starts hitting Mongolian chops, which is hilarious, leading to a Luthez press on Billie, who then ate Sweet Cheeks music. But Athena was able to get the blind tag behind Toni's back, leading to Toni, who's going for Storm Zero. But out of nowhere, Athena comes jumping off the top rope. She hits the O-face for the 1, 2, 3, and Athena has pinned the AEW AEW Women's World Champion as a result. Post-match, you get Billie slamming Windsor into the barricade as freaking Athena is just celebrating on top of Toni. She holds her down with her knee to the face of the champion, and she tells her that it's only a matter of time, and her time is forever. What did you think about this tag team match? I thought it was a good matchup. I thought everybody worked well in this one. I'm very confused on the contract of this all, because if the contract is like a cash in, she should have cashed in here. But other than that, it was a good matchup.
Add to the list: Damian Priest, Wardlow, dumbass wrestlers. The match was good. I find it hard to enjoy. Alex is her name?
Alex Windsor.
This is the time that she was with Ospreay. And I'm just like, oh boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say you're not gonna be happy about the fact that she's a part of the Ospreay lineage.
Good old Hollywood, absolutely. Hogan's dead. The king is dead. Long live the king. Hollywood's taking control now. Good lord.
Standing next to a bruv mountain.
But yeah, match was good. Post match was fine. I'm not big on Toni taking the loss. Not because she took a loss. She just took a loss to fucking what's her face. Then that build, Megan Bain. I'm just not big on it. I've seen this. King Potato, I had that same feeling. If I wasn't doing the show, I too would have turned it off after the world title match. Unfortunately, I gotta come here. All this fucking nonsense. Well,
hey, the crowd was into Toni. I'll give them that.
Sure they were.
They were.
That'd be nice. This is fine. This is fine. I don't get how this contract works. That's not true. Why am I doing that? We know exactly how this contract works. We know exactly how it works. We've seen Christian do it. We're going to give Athena a reason that she wants to prove she's the best. We'll say that. She's actually into proving that she's the baddest motherfucker on the planet. She can't do that now. She's got to do it in an actual match. I assume Forbidden Door. If not, we need to set up a challenger quick, because it's a waste of my time otherwise. Turned it off? I'm with you. What is this? I've seen the card. That's the problem. You advertise the rest of the card. If all this was a surprise, maybe I'd stick around and watch. But you already told me I was on the women's tag, and then a Ricochet and Mark Briscoe main event. Yeah.
Main event, Mark Briscoe.
Oh.
Down since.
Turn on Mark Briscoe.
Day one.
Jarring.
Down since. Dem boys ish. Down since. Dem boys ish. We get backstage Renee Paquette. we get backstage where Renee Paquette is with Hangman Adam Page, who is being tended to by doctors. In walks MJF, who struts in and congratulates Seabiscuit on retaining the AEW World title. He says last time MJF checked, heroes don't stab people in the head with forks, as he views Page as a coward in this situation, as he says that he's not willing to give him a shot at his Triple B unless he invokes his contract. He tries to basically goat Page into giving him a world title matchup, and he says that they haven't had a fighting champion in a long time. I think the last time they had a fighting champion, his name was Swerve Strickland. He's basically Lex Luthor in every movie except for Superman 2025, where he thinks that he can predict how the baby faces, how the heroes are going to react. But Page did not give him a reaction. Page says MJF is going to have to earn a title shot if he doesn't want to use his contract, as he's going to have to beat someone that who does deserve the title shot, someone that he's known for almost 10 years in Mark Briscoe. If he wants him to consider giving him a title shot, how about he does that? MJF says that the Hicks from the Sticks always stick together. But Page says that there's no Hurt Syndicate around, so there's nothing holding him back from kicking his ass. MJF realizes that he's actually right, and he furiously storms out. I just enjoy the dynamic between these two. These two make for very good foils for one another.
MJF is fucking perfect. Hicks from the Sticks is funny in and of itself. When you remember that MJF's supposed to be kind of rich, doesn't give a fuck about much of anything, him thinking Delaware and Tennessee are even kind of close to each other. Hicks, you guys stick together all around that area there. Okay. Yeah, this is fun. Some really good lines. The swerve line is fantastic. As you would think they get the Hangman, it did not. And her city kid line's even better. Time to go.
he's like, you know what? He was like, I don't say nothing when he around, but when he going, I'm gonna go for now, but don't worry. But I like Hangman's response of basically saying, if you want the thing that you want, you got to do the thing you don't want to do, which is give Mark Briscoe a matchup.
I really want him to just be champion. But I'm curious about this Hangman reign. It was fun. It's been fun so far, at least.
Yeah, it's been very well done. Alicia Toot is backstage with Jimmy's favorite time of the show, Willow Nightingale.
Lord.
Who talks about her challenge last week to Tekla going unanswered. But Tekla still formed a new group in the process, the Triangle of Madness. Nightingale says that she has a shape nickname too, calling herself the Trapezoid of Grapazoid. And she said that she talked to Tony Khan about having a match with Tekla on Collision. She said, Khan said, damn girl, you want to get crazy in Chi-Town? And he gave her the match. Nightingale said that that's how matches are made around here. And Willow says that she's going to rip off Tekla's 8 legs tomorrow night. Excalibur said that that was a shockingly accurate Tony Khan impression by Nightingale. And it is official. Willow Nightingale versus Tekla tonight on Collision. Any thoughts on Willow's promo here?
She's good as always. Though that's how matches are made. Not always. Sometimes the champion just says you gotta win this match to fucking get a title shot. We just saw that in the last segment. Fuck you talking about? But yeah, good lord. Willow looked great, talked great on Collision. Sure.
Hey, he stay putting the promos to set up that on Dynamite. He knows Willow good enough to be on Dynamite. The set's there for.
That's beautiful. Lord, what is going on?
I was like, I did think that when she re-signed, it would come with a bigger push, but that just doesn't seem to be happening.
What you mean? You thought it was just the Evil Empire does. Oh, okay. Now I see what the disconnect was. The only Evil Empire fucking pushes you, then you sign and then they throw you away. No, that's a business thing. All of them. Sign this here? Great. I'll see you when I see it.
See you when I see you. Please. We get our main event of the evening. Mark Briscoe going one-on-one with Ricochet. This is a rematch from the stretcher match that took place at Double or Nothing between these two men, where Ricochet picked up the victory. Do like commentary going over the fact that this all stemmed from the first ever money matchup that they had on Dynamite back in like April. And this has all been stemming from here. And now we get the culmination in this match, the best of 3 series that these two men have had. This is the third matchup that they faced each other. We get a wall walk pump kick from Ricochet early, but Briscoe responded with an enziguri and then forearms in the corner. Briscoe remained in control as he no-sold some forearms from Ricochet. We get a battle between the two with some chops being exchanged. Briscoe has one of like the hardest chops in AEW. He just swings for the fences when he chops the shit out of people, and it sounds so great. We get Briscoe, who just starts playing with Ricochet at one point, slapping him beside the head. Then the GOA make their way down to ringside and show up on the apron. The distraction was enough for Ricochet to attack from behind and a follow-up dive tope Suicida helps him stand tall with Leona and Khan at ringside. Back from break, Briscoe hulked up and fired back with some strikes. He blocked a pump kick and then sent Ricochet flipping over on his face. He then paintbrushed him again, who took referee Bryce, allowing Leona to pull Briscoe out of the ring, where Ricochet catches him with a corkscrew dive. We get a springboard lariat connect flush, which led to a standing shooting star press from Ricochet. We get the spirit gun, but that is blocked. Briscoe goes for the J Driller, but opted to hit a clothesline on Ricochet, turning him inside out to the outside. Khan took the bullet for Ricochet, shoving Ricochet out of the way as Briscoe came with a baseball slide. He then set up a chair and then launched himself over the top rope with a big somersault senton to the outside, with the crowd popping big. Back inside, J Driller is blocked, which turned Ricochet inside out with another lariat. Briscoe went for the froggy bow, but Khan took the referee and Leona sent Briscoe crashing to the mat. Ricochet hits vertical, but Briscoe's able to kick out at 2 to a big response from the fans. We get the Gates of Agony once again tried to get in the ring, but Brodito, the men who will be facing them on Collision tonight, came out and brawled with them to the back, which left Ricochet alone. Briscoe gets an inside cradle for a 2 count, but then Ricochet hits multiple thrust kicks, and then Briscoe turns him inside out with another lariat, which caused Ricochet to basically try to get a steel chair, but the referee takes it away from him. Then he hits another lariat, does Briscoe, and then finally he puts Ricochet away with the J Driller. 1, 2, 3 to pick up the victory here. Back-to-back main event victories for Mark Briscoe, who is picking up momentum here. And then I thought the best thing that he did on this show, this was a really good matchup in my opinion, but I think the best thing he did on this show was this promo. This promo was light years better than last week, where he gets on the mic and he's like, I never felt like this before. They just getting started here tonight. He calls out MJF and he says that he's never felt like this before. He says, 1 time you bring up his brother's name, shame on you. 2 times, shame on me if I don't obliterate your ass. He said he's never felt like this before. He needs help, because he knows his brother is chilling in the mansion in heaven, and he's scared that he's never gonna see his brother again. Because if Mark Briscoe kills MJF in cold blood, he'll never see his brother again. So MJF needs to make his day and come out to this ring right here, right now. MJF shows up on the Contron and he's cutting a promo. He never makes his way out after his music hits, but he shows up and he says he's not an idiot. He sensed that mascot Mark dropped the comedy routine, but it doesn't mean MJF has to take him seriously. MJF has zero interest in a matchup with Mark Briscoe. But since Seabiscuit told him that he has to if he wants a shot at his Triple B, the AEW World Championship, MJF talked to that Mark, Tony Khan, and next week they'll have their match. If Briscoe makes it to then, the video cuts off, and from behind, MJF low blows Mark Briscoe. He then rips off his dress suit and he reveals his shirt saying MJF did nothing wrong, the shirt that he first revealed when he was feuding with Hangman. MJF told Hangman Adam Page to watch this. Watch what he's going to do to Mark Briscoe. He starts clobbering him and lays him out. He grabs him by the beard and is showing it off to Hangman. He then grabs the Dynamite diamond ring and he's about to knock out Mark Briscoe when the music of Hangman Adam Page hits and the AEW World Champion power walks his way to the ring. MJF tries to cut him off on the apron, but Page hits him with the boot. He teases the buckshot lariat, which MJF basically flinches for, which causes Mark Briscoe to get up. He spins him around and tries to set him up for the J Driller, but MJF is able to escape and runs for his life up the ramp. But that leaves the ring to the two baby faces to stand tall as Hangman Adam Page and Mark Briscoe end the night in the ring together. What did you think about Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet and the post-match with MJF and Mark Briscoe being set up for next week's main event in Cleveland, Ohio?
Jesus. Match was good. Ricochet and Briscoe have decent chemistry together, and they're both good in the ring. So that turned out the way I thought it would turn out. We're getting a bit heavy on the interference these days. I need you to dial that back, please and thank you. Post match with MJF and Hangman. MJF stuff was expected, but fun. I do enjoy him as like a classic heel. And Hangman came across like a badass. He's, the fact that he's constantly walking around with the belt, even for no reason in this case, is a nice change of pace from hiding the belt. Don't know what to expect next week outside of. No, I don't. Mark Briscoe wins. I'm calling it. No, Forbidden Door's coming up. Never mind. MJF wins.
I think we're getting a three-way at Forbidden Door. It's basically Forbidden Door is SummerSlam 1999, and Mark Briscoe has realized the prophecy of him becoming Mankind in 1999,
Lord.
and he is being added to the match with Austin and Triple H.
I like Mark Briscoe. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, you don't. No,
not
you
fun
don't.
video. Nope. I like Mark Briscoe. Really fun watch. Great in the ring. Good on the mic. He's a well-loved character. Part of the greatest tag team of all time.
I don't believe you.
I don't need this in my life. Please don't do this. It's not the worst idea in the world. Briscoe would be taking the pen, one would imagine, damage with thread. But, Oof. Fuck. All right. We move on. We ball. What's with this place?
Oh man, Mark Briscoe is going to be fantastic in that three-way. I can't wait for the three-way main event at Forbidden Door. It's gonna be one of the best matches of the year.
What does that matter? Kyle Fletcher would be tremendous in the three-way main event.
You think MJF wins next week?
Well, not to mention triple threat. It made sense to me. That's why I got so down.
I think it's either you do Briscoe. I think the results that make sense. MJF doesn't gain anything from winning this, but I don't think that Mark Briscoe should technically win this either, because that just finishes the rivalry when the babyface wins in the first matchup. So I think probably a time limit draw.
How long is that? 30 minutes?
20 minutes? It could be 20 minutes.
I thought there were 30-minute time limits.
I guess if it's a number one contenders matchup, it's 30 minutes. But
what was the Osprey and Swerve match?
Yeah, that was 30 minutes.
Yeah. No. Like Mark Briscoe. I don't need 30 minutes, Mark Briscoe. Don't do that shit. No, thank you.
If it's the main event, it's definitely not going to be a time limit draw. If it's the opening matchup, it's definitely going to be a time limit draw.
What the fuck is going on? You guys just find something. You just hold on to it so tightly. Like you guys, I mean, fucking Tony Khan and company. And y'all, I don't get it. It's like you fell in love with Mark Briscoe. Motherfucker's been sitting there the whole time.
I love
sitting there for forever. Now you're like, oh man, we gotta push this guy. Push him to the moon.
The MJF rivalry is being used as a vehicle to push Mark Briscoe. He's making my prophecy of calling Mark Briscoe 1997 Mick Foley, and we're moving into 1998, 1999 Mick Foley.
You mean when the wrong guy won that match? Absolutely. The number 3 option? What a terrible idea.
Bang, bang. This time it's going to be the right result, where either MJF wins or Austin or Hangman wins. I think how I would book it. I don't know how long they want, because they're doing so well with this Hangman title reign. I do want it to go on a little bit longer. But if I wanted to like swap the title a little bit, since you just had a long reign, I would do. And Hangman gets the win. He pins Mark Briscoe. Then immediately after the matchup, the Hurt Syndicate reveal this has all been a ploy. They jump Hangman, MJF cashes in his contract. He wins the AEW World Championship, and then Hangman can eventually get it back at like full gear later this year.
Yeah,
I want them to trade off the title. I think that is better. It's better if they trade off the title a little bit.
Why?
Because Hangman is doing well as the world champion. Shouldn't just be a 1 month reign and then that's it. You don't go back to him.
So not go back to him. This is the going back to him. You already had one. This is the going back to him. You're welcome.
Hey, we're going back to MJF. They'll both be 2-time AEW World Champions, and then Hangman wins it back.
Anybody else? But not anybody else. Let's be clear. Not Mark Briscoe. Not Jack Perry. Not Sammy Guevara. None of them. It should be Ospreay. It should be fucking Takeshita. Anybody. Fucking back to Hangman for. Let's keep it on, man.
Why do you hate Hangman so much?
I like Hangman. He's been great here. He's been great here. He's a catalyst too. But either keep him on the belt or take it off him. I don't need to take it off him, then give it back to him. Main character vibes, please no.
I'm sick of these long title reigns. I want some trading off. I want some hot potato.
Yes, MJF to Ospreay to get a heel. To catch.
We gotta wait till next year.
Don't do this. Oh, absolutely. No, we're not gonna be in Texas till middle of '99.
Not Texas. That's gonna be in Wembley.
We're not gonna put the belt on Austin in '98. We're gonna wait because we got to do it in Texas. What? We do not. What are you talking about? Put the belt on Austin before you ruin your company. Jesus.
Well, Austin got to get his neck right. He just got power driver by Owen Hart. He got to get his neck right. God.
Oh.
All right, we've made it to the end of another review of AEW Dynamite. Sound off in the live chat. Let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did you give this show? And of course, as always, final call for super chat donations as well. We appreciate everyone who showed their support earlier in the show and appreciate everyone sounding off in the live chat because we've had great conversations today. But for me and Jimmy, for the July 30th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, I'll go with an 8 out of 10. What did you give it?
You see that? This is a C, number one. Because I noticed some of these bums in the comment section be talking about Jimmy be shitting on the show, then he says he likes it. A C, which is a 7.5. For those of you who cannot do the math, Jimmy said he liked the show, and then he was shitting on the show. I gave it a fucking 7. It's a C minus. What are you talking about? Enough of these people. Yeah, 7.5. C, full C.
You always are 0.5 behind me, so I knew where to go.
I'm here to help.
That's actually a C plus. That's a C plus.
It is not a C plus. A C plus is a 77. 78, 79. He's trying to stick points in.
I was wondering if you were going to see that comment from last week's show. I see you read the comments.
This ball.
But what was your moment of the night, Jimmy?
I don't know if I have a good moment of the night. Moment of the night is probably Christian, sadly. But damn, I don't like anything. Oh, well, Willow, I suppose, would be the best promo of the night. That's all I really got. Sorry.
Moment of the night, I'll probably give it to MJF and Hangman backstage.
Those are good.
Or Darby's balcony dive off the balcony. As far as a single moment, that's probably it for me. The match of the night, obviously, it's Hangman versus Moxley.
Yes, well to you.
MVP for the show, I'll probably give it to Mark Briscoe.
I'm going to give it to Hangman for having a great match and a couple of good segments. Coming across like a star, like somebody who should be in the main event and is not 40 and one half of a famous tag team.
Speaking of one half of a famous tag team, LVP is Christian Cage.
Oh, can I do that? I'm not sure I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. That was bad. Sorry. Colt for ruining Christian. Yes. Louisville, absolutely. Patriarchy for bringing him down to their level. Agreed completely.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Thank you guys. You guys are always great in the chat. And of course, thank you to Jimmy as always. Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they shall see you again.
I'm not interested. Sorry.
Fair enough. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Oh, I didn't ask you because I watched it last week. I know you watched it probably a couple of weeks ago. You watched Superman, right? What did you think?
I did. I was really good. Fantastic Lex Luthor, probably the best ever. Though if you think it's Michael Rose, I'm not mad.
I think it's so obvious. It's the greatest Lex Luthor. He stole the movie for me.
It was great. Fantastic Superman, who was not hard to get correct. Just the greatest dude ever. It's not complicated. And he was. I loved him. You should know, like
one of the best Lois Lanes.
The best. She was fantastic too. Mr. Terrific was fantastic. Guy Gardner was fantastic. Ironically, I enjoyed all the characters more than I did the movie. The movie is good, even very good. I thought the characters were fantastic.
Yeah, I think I was like leaning 8.5, but I was so enthused with all the program, especially Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific is like the biggest surprise of the whole movie, how great he is, and he gets the James Gunn one shot scene of the movie. I gave it like a 9 because I was on the high. Wow. I loved it. I loved it because I had low expectations. I think because Superman has done me, because every Superman movie I've been disappointed in, except for Christopher Reeves since the first Superman, and even like Superman 3 and 4 were not good. Superman 2 is fine. Superman Returns in 2005 was not good. Man of Steel was fine, except for he's not really Superman. He kills people. Yeah. You know what? Fair enough. I can see that. I know it'd be great. James Gunn's great. And a comic fan, so I figured he'd get Superman right. And he did. And the other. I'm very impressed. Don't worry, Frantic World. I am seeing Fantastic Four tomorrow morning. So I'll check that off and we'll get a quick chat about that and next week's AEWramble. But we're also doing a review of that on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment. If you haven't already, check out True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, where me and the Stat King reviewed Superman 2025. We went in depth. We kind of broke down all of the characters. We also talked about like the future projects that have been set up within the DCEU for Superman, the Guy Gardner Lantern series, as far as like the rumors about the Jimmy Olsen movie or series that they were thinking about
Jimmy
doing.
was great too. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Jimmy Olsen and Eve Tessmacher. They were the biggest surprises outside of Mr. Terrific. I was like, why are y'all so great too? And just, oh my God, I just can't get over how great Lex Luthor was. He's one of the best comic book villains I've seen in like since Thanos.
Splendid. So good. I need more of that in my life.
Deplorable. Him shooting the vendor is one of the most evil things a villain has done in a comic book movie in such a long time.
What does Stat King think?
Oh, he loved it too. He gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. It's good to know there's somebody on this channel. It's got some taste. I've seen these True Heel cuts. Like it's always like the most fucking, what do you call that? Clickbaity shit. Jay's title reign. What was the other one? I was like, what is going on? What is this? I click on it. It's you. It's you and Josh. No, okay, makes sense. Gotcha. Two motherfuckers going exactly. That's what I was saying. Yeah, true, very true. Jesus. Wait. Rose-colored glasses on that fucking AEW ring. Good Lord.
Join us on the flagship. Why don't you?
Fucking heinous.
Come join us on the flagship.
That Statlander match, though. That's top. Stop it. One fucking match.
Who said that? Who said that?
Years. Good Lord. For 20 years. One good match. What are we doing? Best match.
Statlander had one good match? Statlander had one good
AEW.
match? Oh, yeah.
One
That's
good
her best match
beginning
that
at
she
the
ever
end.
had.
Yeah. What about the rest of it? Was there anything that happened in between there? Anything? Anything
had
worthwhile? Good Lord. I love this.
They made a title for her. They
add an extra star to every AEW match they see. This is insane.
I don't add an extra star to every AEW match I see.
I hate that fucking reign. All of it. Aside of Nyla Rose being hilarious. Other than that.
And what have you enjoyed about her WWE run?
All of her matches have been better. Though still bad. No disrespect.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm over this. You were literally arguing semantics, but
semantics. I love that.
If they're all bad, then nothing is better than the other. Jimmy Macram. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been AEWramble episode 209, the rematch for the July 30th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.